songs are never long enough, are they? Well, this is a celebration. Both of these machines in front of you are machines that customers purchased some time ago. I should say made a commitment to purchase some time ago, and decided that they wanted to take advantage of my layaway plan, which I applaud. I think it's fantastic. That's why I came up with it, is because of giving everyone that wants their dream machine the flexibility to budget and not have it stress them out, not have it stress their budget at home and cause challenges. I want it to be as easy as possible. So the one on the left you've seen before. That particular one belongs to Irene Miranda, and Irene bought it for her mom. I think you remember that. I should probably zoom in on that a little bit, shouldn't I? So this really cool machine is a RICCAR 2925, the one that was used in home economic classes out in New York back in the 1950s, 60s time frame. And this particular machine, as you might remember from seeing the premiere on it, and if you haven't seen the premiere, you'll definitely want to rewind and watch that premiere on this amazing machine. But this 1 amp machine just did so off after so off after so off, and made it look like it was a walk in the park. Not to mention it's got a decorative output as well. Here we've got a real tight, I'd almost call it like a mending stitch, but it's a combination zigzag crossover and almost has kind of a catacomb look, and it's just spectacular. The quality of the stitching, the formation, everything about the way this machine sews is absolutely as it should be. And again, this is an original owner machine, so I know the history of it like the back of my hand. Bought it out in New York from the instructor that actually used this in the classroom. How cool is that? And not only can it sew pretty stitches, as you've already seen, look at the 3 layers there of genuine elk hide. And we didn't do just a straight stitch through it. You can see up here we did a zigzag. And again, go back to that premiere, rewind to it, and see just amazingly how easy this RICCAR 2925 got the job done. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So this really cool machine is going to be heading out to El Centro, California. And out there in El Centro, California, Irene's mom is going to be using this machine. It's going to be her go-to machine. And I just think it's one of the most unique machines I've ever seen. I also love the fact that it was part of our educational circle, inspiring young people who, were trying to find their way through the educational process. And you know how it is when you're in school. Every class can be a drag. And then all of a sudden you find that class where you're able to apply your creative spark and you're able to have an outlet for your dreams and your ideas. A lot of those students back in the day found that through a machine just like this, a machine that gave them an opportunity to draw outside of the lines, a machine like this that gave them an opportunity to spread their wings and to find a new creative edge that they may have never known that they had before. So I just think it's cool. I think it's amazing, the history behind this machine. And I'm also including, obviously, the original instruction manual for Irene's mom, so that if there's any questions that come up, she's able to refer to this. She's able to go back to the classroom, in a sense, and learn everything that she needs to learn through this specific book that was used in a class environment and was designed, as it says, specifically for school use. And no, I didn't. I said this in the premiere. I didn't steal it. I bought it from the instructor, but it does say property of, and then the various schools that use this could, you could add your school name to there as part of that school district that use this in their home economic classes. So, the cool of cool, in my opinion. I just love this machine. Kind of hard to come to grips with the idea of selling it, but as soon as I met Irene and started to get to know her passion for what we do in the vintage realm. Even though she's fairly new to the vintage realm, her whole family has rallied behind her. Her husband and others have said, yeah, go for it, go for it. And so when she saw this come up, she right away thought of her mom, right away thought, this is the machine that mom would be able to fall in love with again and enjoy sewing. And so it's going to be heading out to El Centro, California this week. And her mom will finally have a chance to see it right in front of her and put it to use and just have a blast. This other machine to the right is an equally cool machine with an equally cool history. And yes, it's an original owner machine that I purchased directly from the family that had this from the very beginning when it was bought brand new. And this machine is a Kenmore 158.16410. It almost sounds like I'm giving someone's social security number. I'm not. That's the model number of this machine. 158.16410. Kenmore just loved numbers. Period. And this one is going to be heading out to Atwater, Ohio, where James lives. And James is launching also into the realm of vintage sewing machines. And what a great machine to start with. This amazing Kenmore that has a motor that is just as robust as that RICCAR 2925. And you could see that in the various sew-offs that we did. Not to mention the ease of using this machine is just crazy. It's so easy with these controls to set stitches. With a simple flip of that knob right there, you can see between kind of the red and the white, you can access these stitches over here, and you just color coordinate. You go red if you want to get the red stitch, you go white if you want to get the white stitch. And it's just it's a fabulous machine. Not to mention it's made out of an alloy that makes it substantially lighter than a lot of the vintage machines out there. And so it's also got that portability factor, but it's got the power as well. Here you can see those 3 layers of genuine cowhide, and just look at the stitch that this Kenmore laid down on it. Look at that layering there. Holy cow. I'm thinking of all the machines at the major retailers these days that if they had a voice, they would literally be in a panic attack right now, thinking that someone was going to challenge them to sew at this level like this Kenmore that belongs to James now. Now I said 3 layers. Is that 3 or is that 4? I'm trying to get a close look. 1, 2, okay, 3 layers. I was starting to question myself. It almost looked like 4, and I was thinking, did I do 4 layers on that Kenmore? Not that the Kenmore couldn't have done it, but it was like, I didn't remember that. So both of these machines are machines that are worth celebrating. Whether it's this Kenmore 158.16410 that's heading out to Atwater, Ohio, to James, or this RICCAR 2925 that's going to be heading out to the great state of California, specifically to El Centro, California, to Irene Miranda for her mom. So this is such a neat opportunity to pause for a second and to acknowledge these machines. Also, I threw in a couple little doodads over here for James. I decided to throw in this really cool vintage sewing magazine, and as you can see, it's kind of captioned simplify sewing, blah blah blah. It just takes you through some sewing techniques and has some pattern alteration tips on it as well. So, and you get to see how vintage it is. I don't know if there's a price on this one, but it probably sold for like 10 cents. See if I can find a price on it. Yeah, I don't see a price specifically on this one. And I'm kind of fast tracking, James, because you can, as you can see, maybe on the bottom it says lesson 2. So James, forget about lesson 1. Let's just launch right into lesson 2. And also, I don't think I zoomed in and gave homage and acknowledgement to the stitch quality on this Kenmore either. Beautiful stitch output opportunities with this Kenmore 158.16410. just like the machine that's heading out to El Centro, California. Aren't those gorgeous stitches? And we're not sewing a light cotton polyester, we're sewing U.S. Army grade canvas. Here we're sewing that nylon webbing stuff that has a tensile rating of like 2,000 pounds. Just insane. But again, both of these machines were on my workbench. Both of these machines went underneath the microscope, underneath the surgeon's scalpel, and so they are ready to go to work, both out in California and in Ohio. And I'm just going to hop off the tripod real quick, see if I can find a cool, another cool little song to kind of throw on, and we'll come off the tripod, get a little bit closer to this machine, and give you a chance to look at these machines before they get packed up this week and they head to their various permanent homes, one on the West Coast, one almost on the East Coast, going opposite directions. And yet they've had a chance to hang out in the workshop together, get to know each other, share stories, share dreams and visions of what that new owner is going to give them an opportunity to show off. And that's really what these machines are all about, is they want to strut their stuff, they want to show their stuff and show what they're capable of doing for these new owners. And I know that they are more than up to the task when it comes to what they can do. How do I know that? Because I've been a part of their new future in getting them ready. What an honor, what a privilege, what a blast to see where these machines started as opposed to where they are now. Wow. All right, a little bit more music to wrap up. Let's come off the tripod and let's celebrate these two amazing machines that are going to be going to various parts of the country to make their magic under the needle.